Today I'm going to show you 2 easy ways to use weird percussion sounds. Freebeat. Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Today's patron shout-out goes to Mike Pounder. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. Really quick, sorry if my voice does sound weak or soft in this video. I had a little bit of a dental emergency, so recovering from that, but I really wanted to get back to talking in my non-Sunday session videos, so here we go. Today I'm going to show you 2 easy ways to use weird percussion sounds. So to demonstrate those 2 ways, I've got the PO32 tonic, and then I also have the PO24 office. So the PO32 in this situation is going to represent our normal drum sounds. And then the PO24 office is, of course, going to represent the non-traditional or weird percussion sounds. So as we so often do in percussion tutorial type videos, we're going to start by constructing a very, very basic drum groove. So I'm just going to give us, we'll go boom, bap, boom, boom, bap. So kick on 1, and then 3, and the end of 3. By the way, here at Freebeat, we count through the pocket operator grids and all 16-step grids as 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and just like that. Snare drum, gonna go on the downbeat of beat 2 and the downbeat of beat 4. Hi-hats are gonna go 8th notes across the way. So the downbeat of every beat and the end of every beat. And that's gonna leave us with this. Nice and simple. Okay, so let's take a peek at some of our weird percussion sounds now. That's a really good one right there. So I told you I was going to show you 2 ways. Way number 1 to incorporate sounds like that into your music is by finding spaces in your pre-existing drum part and then slotting those weird sounds into those gaps, into those empty spaces. So let's take a listen to our kick drum. We know that we've got it on the downbeat of beat 1, the downbeat of beat 3, and the end of beat 3. Now, if we listen to this sound, it's pretty heavy. We're going to want some space around it. So you do want to analyze what kind of sound you're going to be working with, of course. So because of the fact that we want some space around it, I'm not going to put it on the E or the of any of my beats. So again, if we look at our kick drum pattern here, we got it on beat 1, beat 3, and the end of beat 3. Let's put it on the end of beat 1. So we're just going to put it in right there on the end of beat 1. Now let's have a listen to both of them going. Nice. It fits pretty well there, I think. Let's find a different sound now. Here we go. Let's use this sound right here. On a sound like this, where it's a lot shorter and less large, we could totally try to fit it in some of those gaps in the E's and the U's of our beats. Because we just sequenced our entire drum pattern just a few minutes ago, we know that we don't have anything in those spaces. So filling in those spaces with a sound like that could be pretty good. Now, because we already have a sound on the end of beat 1, let's work away from beat 1. So let's put this sound on the E of beat 3 and the E of beat 4 and the of beat 3. How about that? Let's have a listen. Brings a lot of life and variety to what would otherwise be a very boring drum pattern. So that's one way we can use weird percussion sounds in our music, is by filling in gaps left by the more traditional drum sounds. So now what I'm going to do is clear out the sounds here, or I'm just going to clear the whole pattern on the PO24 office, so we're once again left with just our basic drum pattern. And now I'm going to show you the second way that you can use weird percussion sounds, weird drum sounds. So the first way was to find spaces. The second way is going to be to use those weird sounds to replace some of the traditional, normal sounds in your patterns. So let's have a listen to our drum pattern again. Let's try to replace that snare drum. So, of course, we just have it on beats 2 and 4, so those are the only 2 beats we're going to work with on the PO24 Office here. Let's pick a sound. I like sound 16 quite a lot, so I'm going to select it, then I'm going to sequence it on steps 2 and 4. Now I'm going to go back to my original drum pattern here on the tonic, and I'm actually going to unsequence that snare drum on beats 2 and 4. Now let's have a listen. That sounds pretty good, right? A little different than our original pattern. Let's actually copy our original pattern on the PO32 here. And I'm going to add that snare drum back in so we can hear the difference between the 2 patterns. So I'm going to play 2 measures with the snare drum on the tonic, and then I will switch to 2 measures with the snare drum on the Office. Here we go. It's a subtle difference, and yes, I did that intentionally on this video so we didn't get into like some crazy wacky stuff out there. Which, believe it or not, that sound is just stock on the PO32 tonic. And of course, you can just go crazy and layer stuff all over your pattern. But if you do want to work with intent and, everything has a place and a purpose, it's very important to know how to blend traditional and non-traditional drum sounds. And in my opinion, these are the 2 easiest ways to do it. Just a simple fill in the missing gaps and then a simple replace. Layering can get a lot more complex, and you do have to start working with a lot of times like an EQ and things like that to get things to blend properly, especially if you're using some really out there percussion. But this should be a great way to get you started. Of course, this tutorial is definitely not specific just to pocket operators. You can use this with any drum sounds. You could even use this with drum sounds just on the same piece of gear. If you've got like a sample based machine, or even a synthesis based machine, you could probably do this on the Volca drum. Certainly like a Volca sample too. Anything sample based or anything that lets you get kind of weird with your sounds. So I do hope you found this video informative or at least entertaining. If you do have any questions, please leave them, not a thumbs down, please leave them in a comment below. If you did like the video, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.